This streamer just had a massive Christmas giveaway shut down by the police, and after the winners were left with nothing, people are now speculating if this entire thing was staged for views. Is this a Christmas giveaway or a pep rally? But today we're talking about Adin Ross, a founding member of Kick and one of their largest streamers. Adin, he set out to host a Christmas giveaway that was supposed to be flashy, but also about giving back to the fans. And fans showed up, since they were promised prizes like, PlayStation 5s, iPhones, and cash. And the event was framed as a surprise meet and greet near the Visalia Convention Center in California. Big names were also supposed to appear, so hundreds of people showed up very quickly, expecting something like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So from what I've seen, it looks like what they walked into instead was just a mess. Because according to multiple accounts from people that were there, the event never worked in a clear or organized way. Fans reportedly began gathering hours before the start time, some arriving as early as in the morning, which is pretty typical for these kinds of events because people are going to show up early. So if you're hosting this kind of thing, you should probably account for that. Despite the event being advertised for late afternoon, people waited all day without being let inside, with little communication about what was happening or when anything would start. And as the crowd got bigger and more frustrated, the situation became harder to control. Local police were eventually brought in, not to arrest anyone, but to manage safety as hundreds of people packed into the area. Videos from the scene also show police forming lines and pushing people back as the crowd pressed forward. Then within hours, a viral clip began circulating on social media claiming that ICE had shown up and started making arrests at the giveaway. Which is a crazy statement. So from what I can see, the uniforms say police, but there's no reported actual arrests. So it seems like the event was just so chaotic that the cops showed up and scared a lot of people to the point where they thought ICE was arresting people. Kind of like someone yelling fire in a crowded theater. People just didn't know what was going on. So the police were potentially there because the crowd had just got too big and the event lacked the structure and security needed to actually handle it. If I were to guess, it seems like they didn't have the proper crowd control in place for an event like this either. So no, this wasn't some government ICE raid, it was just crowd control at a poorly planned public gathering. But for many fans, that wasn't even the worst part, because as the event kept going, there were multiple ways people could win prizes. There was a truck where Adin and his team was throwing things out of, games to play and win, and for whatever reason, a boxing match. And I don't know, making two random fans box for $5,000 sounds like a massive liability to me. Could just be me though, who knows? But I don't know, it kind of comes across as turning your fan base into a circus for your own entertainment rather than an actual holiday giveaway. Like did it just go down as hey guys, punch each other with no training and I'll give you money? And they're just kind of okay, yeah, we want $5,000. What could go wrong? But I guess the worst alleged part of this giveaway is that some of the winners allegedly didn't actually win anything. So several people are now claiming that they were given golden bracelets or golden tickets, which meant they were prize winners. So they then waited in line, some for over an hour, expecting to receive some sort of gift that they'd been promised. Instead, they were told to leave.
We missed out on all that. They kept us in here we missed out on all that.
And then to make things even worse, according to multiple people, police informed the crowd the event had to be shut down by around 10 p.m. So then when people with the winning bracelets asked if they could stay longer to collect their prizes, they were allegedly told no. So honestly, what was the point of even winning? Now, to be fair, Adin did address this. He basically said the police said the cutoff for the venue was coming and that everyone had to leave. And Adin also said that he was going to send the winners their prize, but to me, it just seems like another resort of just really poor planning. Because when you do a live event, you have to keep track of the time. He should have known when the cutoff time was, or at least his team should have. People shouldn't be waiting after hours just to get their prize and then suddenly find out, oh, time ran out. Sorry guys, you guys have to leave empty-handed tonight. So I mean, at the end of the day, this is the organizer's fault. And I feel like this is obvious, but hosting an in-person event is not the same as doing a live stream or handing out digital prizes. It requires permits, crowd management, security, communication, and planning just in case something goes wrong. And in this case, the event was extremely chaotic and left a lot of people angry, but it easily also could have been dangerous. But even though some of the stuff that happened kind of makes sense, a lot of it also, in a way, seems staged. What do you mean Santa was arrested? To me, this seems staged because there's no way you hire a Santa in there and the Santa acts out and gets arrested. That doesn't add up to me, at least. But by no means is hosting any type of event easy, as crowds are just extremely unpredictable, especially that fan base, because it's always the streamers with the younger audience that create riots every time they do something like this. Because it wasn't too long ago, Kai Cenat had New York City looking like a scene from Zombieland. But hey, at least from what we know, no one got hurt. So that's good at least. So that was the chaos that I wanted to cover. A bunch of you guys emailed me saying you should cover this. So here's that video. So subscribe if you're new, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, so I didn't realize that this was the video or the last video I made this year. So real quick, Happy New Year's. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. I'm here with one of my editors, Hans.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. Thank you all for everything. And I'm excited to come with a whole bunch more content next year. I'm taking tomorrow off though. Have a good one, guys. Peace.